Welcome along to the deep dive. And yeah, specifically, this is your Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really getting into, well, one of the hottest topics in Australian rugby right now. It's all about the Wallabies' future.
A huge topic, definitely.
Our mission, if you like, is to unpack some pretty bold insights from someone who really knows that gold jersey, inside out, former fly half Quade Cooper.
Yeah, Quade's never shy with an opinion, and this one's significant.
He's made a really clear call, hasn't he? He's saying Australia needs to ditch these outdated restrictions on picking players.
And just copy the Springboks.
Yeah,
Straight up.
exactly. Just copy the Springboks model. So we're going to dig into what these restrictions actually are, why Cooper thinks they're, well, holding Australia back.
And crucially, how that Springbok approach might actually work. Could it change the game for the Wallabies?
Especially with that home World Cup looming in 2027, it feels vital. And look, right at the start, if you want to stay across these kinds of big conversations,
You really should.
make sure you hit subscribe for Rugby Obsession wherever you get your deep dives. You won't want to miss what's coming up.
Definitely worth it.
Okay, so let's really unpack this eligibility debate. It feels like it's been bubbling away in Aussie rugby for, well, forever. Player selection, especially guys based overseas.
It really has. And you can't talk about the present without understanding the past. Specifically, the Giteaus law.
Ah, yes, the Giteaus law. Explain that a bit.
Well, fundamentally, it was a policy that put limits on who the Wallabies coach could pick if they were playing abroad.
Right, specific criteria needed.
Exactly. You needed a certain number of test caps, or you had to have played X number of years domestically before heading off. The idea was, keep talent here.
Keep him playing Super Rugby. Did it work? Or did it just sort of block access to good players?
Bit of both, probably. It certainly caused friction. You had top players performing really well in tough leagues overseas.
But they couldn't wear the gold jersey.
Precisely. Unavailable. Now, things have shifted a bit. Phil Waugh at RA and the new coach, Joe Schmidt, they've somewhat relaxed things.
Somewhat. But Cooper points out Schmidt still seems hesitant.
Yeah, that's Cooper's take. He highlights Schmidt's, let's say, reluctance to go all in on overseas players. We saw it with those training camp invitations, right?
The guys who had already signed deals to leave after Super Rugby weren't invited.
Correct. So there's still this clear preference, stated by Waugh and Schmidt, that players who have committed their futures to Rugby Australia would get preference.
The goal being to keep its stars in Oz.
That's the stated aim. But, and this is the huge but, the financial reality hits hard.
Cooper brings this up starkly.
He does. Rugby Australia earns, what, a tenth of what the NRL does in TV rights? A tenth.
Wow, that's a massive gap.
It makes competing with those big Euro or Japanese salaries almost impossible. How do you keep players here when the money overseas is just overwhelming?
It seems like a losing battle financially, which I guess leads us right into Quade Cooper's main point.
His big proposal.
He says Australia needs to face the obvious truth, stop fighting it, and just copy the Springboks model. What's the appeal there? Why South Africa?
Well, Cooper's point is pretty compelling when you look at the results. He says flat out they've won 2 World Cups by embracing overseas-based players.
And argue with 2 World Cups.
Right, and they've dominated the global stage. But why does it work? According to Cooper, it's sort of twofold.
Okay.
First, their players get sharpened playing in the toughest competitions globally. Think top 14, the Premiership. Really high level.
So they come back better players.
Exactly. But second, and this is maybe the genius part, SA Rugby isn't footing the bill for those massive salaries.
Ah, so the overseas clubs pay, South Africa benefits.
Precisely. They reap the benefits without draining their own system dry. It's clever resource management, really.
And Cooper contrasts that directly with Australia's approach. He says it's cost the Wallabies immensely.
He doesn't mince words. He says, Australia is trying to hold players here with limited funds and a domestic competition that simply isn't the strongest in the world anymore.
He calls that a double loss.
Yeah. Our top talent is gone, and our national team can't benefit from their growth overseas. It sounds, well, unsustainable, the way he puts it.
So his vision isn't about abandoning Australian rugby, but leveraging the global game.
That's exactly it. He sees those overseas leagues, particularly France and Europe right now, as having the most competitive leagues and highest level coaching.
So Australia should want players there.
Yes. He argues Australia should want our players there developing their craft, then returning with sharper skills and broader rugby intelligence that strengthens the Wallabies. It's turning a perceived negative into a strategic positive.
A total mindset shift. And the list of players heading overseas recently really underlines his point, doesn't it?
It's significant. You've got Tinula Tapau, Tom Hooper, Longy Gleeson.
Angus Bell, Noah Lolesio, Lena Giteaus, Rob Leota. Some are short-term, like Bell and Giteaus, but still.
It shows the constant pull. It makes Cooper's argument about struggling to hold on to stars very concrete.
It really does. And folks, if these strategic discussions are grabbing you, if you want to stay plugged into player movements, coaching strategies, all of it,
Which, if you love rugby, you do.
then please take a second now, hit that subscribe button for Rugby Obsession. We bring these deep dives because, honestly, this stuff shapes the future of the game. Don't miss out.
So, connecting Cooper's idea about ditching restrictions back to the bigger picture, it's not just about selection. He links it to building a stronger domestic future, too.
How so? It sounds contradictory initially, let players go, but build domestically.
His argument is that the current top stars won't suffer by being overseas. In fact, they'll get better. And while they're doing that...
Using other leagues' resources.
Exactly. While they're doing that, you invest properly back home, building a powerful home competition for the next generation, a competition people eventually want to return to. It's long-term thinking.
And that long-term thinking feels incredibly urgent with 2027 just around the corner. A home World Cup.
Massive pressure. Cooper's very direct. We cannot afford to limit our selection, full stop.
The priority has to be just getting the best Wallabies team out there, regardless of where they play their club rugby.
Yeah, performance first. He names names too. Players he thinks should be instantly available. Will Skelton, Tupou again, Longy Gleeson.
Big impact players.
Huge. He says they should all be eligible to play, whether they're based in Sydney or Paris. Imagine that squad depth.
He even ties it back to specific performances, that second Lions test.
Yeah, he said it showed glimpses with a good game plan, but lacked sustained punch.
Needed more punch for longer.
And that extra punch, that sustained power, Cooper argues, only comes from picking the absolute best talent available, full stop. No compromises based on location.
So no room for sentimentality or old rules then. It's about winning.
Pretty much. His conclusion is a call for smart, future-focused decisions. Just scrap the restrictions, let players chase opportunities, let other clubs pay them.
And let Australian rugby benefit from their development.
That's the core of it, a pragmatic path to, hopefully, a stronger Wallabies side.
So, thinking about this from the fans' perspective, what does this mean for you listening? If Australia did go down this road, fully embrace the Springbok model,
Pick the best from anywhere.
how would that change the Wallabies team you watch? The excitement? The results, maybe? We're genuinely curious about your take. Should Australia follow Cooper's advice or stick closer to the current path? Let us know.
It's a massive potential shift.
Absolutely. So that's Quade Cooper's powerful message, really. A call to unlock the Wallabies' full potential by, well, embracing the global nature of modern rugby.
It really could redefine things.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on.
Okay.
If Australia did fully adopt this model, no restrictions, best players selected from anywhere, what specific impact could that have on their chances at that 2027 Home World Cup?
And maybe beyond that, what ripple effect would a fully unleashed Wallabies team have on the whole global rugby landscape? Something to ponder.
Definitely something to think about. We really encourage you to subscribe to Rugby Obsession to keep up with all these critical discussions shaping our sport.
Stay informed, stay engaged.
Thanks so much for tuning into this Rugby Obsession deep dive. We really look forward to you listening to our next episode.